Hey everybody, TrinfiniteX here, back for some more 100% Breath of the Wild. So, last time we made it to Kakariko and got our marching orders. We need to head to Hateno in order to get the memory side quest unlocked. Well, main quest. But before we do that, there are some important shrines we need to get, and some Korok seeds along the way, before we head off to Hateno. So, first things first, we need to get to the top of the dueling peaks and get the shrines up there as quick as we're able. It is admittedly a pretty substantial climb, but that's why in the previous episode I took all that extra time to prepare. I am going to try and make this climb as quick and as painless as possible, hence all the endurance items. We are basically just going to jump our way up the entire thing to make things roll smoother. And while we're up here, we'll grab this random lizard. Okay. And then these purple rubies. And then this iron shroom. And then we will save our game. And we probably should have switched weapons first, but we're going to switch weapons. Where is it? Is it further up? Oh, here it is. And we're going to fight this Talus. Alright, so it's taken me a few tries. To try and beat this Talus. Hopefully this will be the time we can finally achieve victory here. Finally. Okay. So I don't know why Taluses have been giving me so much trouble lately. but man, after that first Talus, that first Talus yesterday, and now this one, I had to try several times to beat this particular Talus. I really only did it just for the money. That was really the only purpose. If this were a speed run, you know, the time loss would matter, but since it's not, I decided it would be worth it. I mean, normally Taluses don't give me so much trouble, but lately they've been giving me lots. I don't know why. Anyway, we finally beat him. After many, many tries. Due in no small part to him knocking me off the map. Or not off the map, but off the mountain. Yeah, that'd actually be impressive if he managed to knock me off the map. But yeah, the way the Taluses can knock you off of them and then hit you before you can recover and then send you flying again really is kind of annoying. But I decided that it would be worth it to take the time to go ahead and beat that Talus so that we could have some more money for later. Man, I really hate Taluses. At least at this stage in the game. They're just so annoying before you have appropriate weapons to deal with them. So, now here we have another mechanic of this game that I am not a big fan of. Rain. Because it literally serves no purpose other than to hinder the player. That's one of my two big critiques for this game, other than the stamina wheel. It's just that rain literally doesn't do anything other than hinder the player needlessly. I get that it's realistic, but honestly, if all it can do is get in the player's way, yeah, that's not good. So, all those stamina items that I prepared earlier were for this purpose. So that we could just climb up here quickly. So let's go ahead and get in here and clean out these two shrines. So, give myself a quick refresh on the password for this. But what I'm really here for is this. let's fix that. Let's get rid of, honestly, this spear right here. This is a good weapon that we will be able to put to good use later. Right. So, I already know what the password is for... I remember this password for the other shrine on the other peak, but I don't remember the other one. So, I wasn't able to just do that shrine immediately. If I were a little more intense about speed running this, I would definitely have memorized these passwords already. All right, so 5, 3, 1. Was it 4, 2 or 2, 4? Or is the other way around? There we go. And before I forget, like a noob, let's go ahead and get the treasure chest that's up here. In the early parts of this game, pretty much all the treasure chests matter, but later on they become a little less consequential, depending on which one we're talking about. We need the torch for later, so I'm gonna hang on to that. Guess we'll drop this. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get this guy. It kind of looks like an uncomfortable pose to be frozen in for 10,000 years. And the other guy's in a pose just like it. So now we can go ahead and solve this one. I remembered the password to it, like, as soon as I saw just the first part of the other shrine there. Ooh, now the question is, am I about to get it backwards? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I get it backwards? Did I get the positions backwards? Oh no. Alright, so these shrines are kind of annoying. Oh my gosh, I got everything backwards. Ugh. Okay, so then I got these transposed then, left and right. There we go. Okay, so finally got those done. There's another Korok seed right up here that we're gonna go ahead and just get real quick. Alright. So the golden rule of this game is that it's almost always easier to go down than it is to go up. So now that we have these shrines here at the top, we can go pretty much wherever we want to. And just always be able to come back up if we need to. Let's go ahead and get this Korok seed. I sure hope that actually rolls correctly and works. It usually does. Just barely. So that's actually a bit of an unusual Korok puzzle. This one's not cut and pasted so many times. So let's warp back up to the top. We have some Korok seed cleanup to do, along with grabbing a shrine before we move on to Hateno. So there's another Talus down there. We're not going to fight that one. Because Taluses are super annoying to fight. Alright. So. Here we have another Korok archery puzzle. There's Farosh in the distance. I find the best way to deal with this one is to simply put your cursor where you know one is coming down and hit it like that. There are 5 of these in this particular one. Oh, that was in the wrong place altogether. Wow, okay. I was trying to hit it on its way up, but I guess not. Should have stuck to my plan. Ah, I was too late on that. There we go. Let's wait to see where this one comes down. Ah, almost had it anyway. Oh, what? Oh, it's too early. There we go. One more, I believe. Ah, I knew that was gonna miss as soon as I let go of the button. Oh no, there's one more? Uh-oh. What? I thought I had them all. Guess I don't have them all. Oh. Oh, hello there. You shouldn't be too bad. Right about... Oh. There we go. All right. And then heading down here into this forest. This little group of trees here. We see another commonly repasted Korok puzzle. The little jar hidden in the nook in the tree there. But we're not quite done yet. There's still one more. Korok seed nearby that we have to collect. Probably can't see it too well because it's dark, but there's a little ledge right up here with yet another Korok seed on it. Let's go ahead and grab that. There was a guardian up there by that archery puzzle. I didn't want to fight it yet. We'll be fighting plenty of guardians later, but for right now, having gotten those 3 seeds, we're going to warp back to the top here. And we're gonna be warping to the top of this mountain a lot, but not all at once. There are lots of different places we can reach from here that we're not going to go right this second, but it is a very convenient warp point to have. So that's why I decided I wanted to go up the mountain as quick as possible. What am I thinking? Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and save here. So now we're actually going to be sailing past that Guardian again. Again, I'm not really in the mood to fight him, especially after how much trouble that Talus gave me earlier. Oh man, I'm gonna have to cut out all those failed fights. It's annoying, but again, this is a casual run, not a speed run, so I decided it would be nice to have the money. And I didn't lose a whole bunch of time from it or anything. We got like a dozen ambers out of them. So making use of our stored stamina again. We shall push on. Watch out for goats, apparently. Apparently that goat was following us for some reason. There are some enemies nearby, but they will just stare at us in bewilderment, so just ignore them. They're not really worth fighting anyhow. So cutting across here, this area is not technically in the Dueling Peaks region, but I find it a lot more convenient to just go ahead and grab this now rather than later. So this totally inconspicuous large tree sitting up on this cliffside all by itself with this totally not conspicuous rock on it has a Korok underneath it. Here's your rock back. And then just beneath this there's a neat little treasure trove here. Lots and lots of silent shrooms around it. Silent shrooms we will need for upgrading the Sheikah armor a little later. So it's good to just go ahead and collect all this now. Also, we're going to go ahead and collect all this because, again, we're going to need money for things later on. So Flame Blade, that is a good weapon for sure. Let's go ahead and ditch the iron sledgehammer we have here. It's only so useful. And just continue to pick up gemstones. As well as these. We have no room for that. However, we're not done. Because there's some meat inside those canisters. Switch back to our soldier's broadsword. Want to use up the durability on the weakest weapons first, if possible. So, descending, there's another totally not conspicuous rock right here. Here you go. And there's also a pretty healthy number of fish here for us to collect. We will happily do so. So we're going to make our way downstream a bit. There's another shrine down here. I forget what shrine this is. Either way, we're about to find out. Oh, yes. Apparatus shrines. Easily the worst shrines in the game. So, excuse me, I have to position myself somewhat for this. Alright. So this one is relatively straightforward. Well. Bye-bye Traveler Shield. Let's just get more of these Sheikah shields since they're handing them out for free. Gently slide that into place and twist my controller in this weird direction. And there we go. No problem so far. But now we get to the real annoyance. So making it across this is easy enough. But if we want the treasure box, we have to finagle things quite a bit. My controller is in the weirdest position right now. And in fact, we need this treasure box. Because we actually can't finish without it. So now, we'll go ahead and slide this strange block thing into approximately this position. And then we can make it across pretty easily. Clipping a bit of it into the side of this platform here. You can just make it through the door, and here we go. Now that looks like a really uncomfortable position to be frozen in for 10,000 years on that, just sitting on that 1 foot like that. Man. Yeah, see that 1 foot, like, man, that's gotta be painful. But anyway, yeah, after that awkward shrine, we have one more Korok seed to collect. Ignore the bear. All right. And so from here, we've cleaned out all these Korok seeds in this crescent here, as well as this one and this one. So these Korok seeds here are all cleared out. So we've taken care of another small chunk of the map and all its associated Korok seeds. And now we are free to worry a little bit less about Korok seeds for a while. We have a large number. We will still be collecting Korok seeds as we go, but for now I'm going to focus a little bit less on them and like making sure that we get them all. We're going to be coming back to do some cleanup from time to time, so So, as it so happens, there actually is a Korok seed I literally just remembered. Right up here on the top. So speaking of things that are right in our path, let's just go ahead and get this real fast. So normally the pinwheel means an archery puzzle, but apparently they decided to forego that this time. So we'll just go ahead and have them fetch Epona for us. And then we're off. Finally on our way to Hateno region. So we'll cut some corners to get there a little faster. But we don't want to run straight through because there's enemy camps. And hitting one of them with a horse will absolutely cause them to start attacking, so even though we have Majora's Mask. So it's better to just go around them. So real quick, I am going to stop to pick up some more supplies very briefly. Ugh, why'd it go sideways? There's a reason why we need all these apples. And while we're here, these honeycombs are worth a pretty good amount of stamina, so we'll just go ahead and grab those. And there was a Korok seed right up here, so might as well snag that since it's right in our way. It's over there. So this is another type of archery puzzle, whoops, for which we might not have the arrows. Uh-oh. Tisk tisk. So it seems I'm out of I don't have enough arrows, so that's unfortunate. I will have to come back here. I would have to come back here anyway. There's a lot of Korok seeds around here, but I was hopeful I could just go ahead and get that one. Aww. So, being super careful, we're going to cross this tiny little stone bridge here and make our way to Hateno Tower. I'm surprised that that didn't count as a hit. So here we are at Hateno Tower. So Hateno Tower's got all these vines on it. It's actually far less of a problem than it appears to be. If it weren't raining, you could burn the vines off. And then just kind of climb up however you wanted. But we have plenty of stamina anyway, so really, as long as we're careful about these spines, it doesn't really matter. Stamina and rain. Ugh. Just, ugh. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this now. So now we have Hateno Tower. Little more liquid map. And now we have Hateno. Go ahead and save real fast. And of course now the rain stops. Wow, that was a pitiful little jump there, Link. Come on. So, at this point, we're not going to be collecting too many more Korok seeds unless they're directly in our path, because we're going to do cleanup later. I already said that. So, given how low we are right now, I guess it wouldn't hurt too much to go ahead and pick this one up. After all, we still have exactly one arrow. Why not use it? Another pot in a tree. Yes, we are sort of leaving Epona behind, but she'll be okay. It looks like Epona is still actually trying to come to us. That'd be cool if she caught up. Whoop. There we go. So, this is the beginning of the, by far the longest and largest side quest in the game. Terrytown side quest. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, so we just get them to stop. And then we cut down this tree because I'm sick of trying to reach up there for apples. And then before we move on, there's an easy Korok seed right here. And since it's right there, And there's a ledge for us to climb up. We'll go ahead and take advantage of that to get that Korok seed without any problems. And then here we are at the next shrine. So here we are, another apparatus shrine. Okay, these traveler bows are useless, so we're gonna ditch both of them. So first we want to turn this toward us. Actually down a little bit though, first. So we can go ahead and grab the treasure chest here. Ferric bow is a long-range sniping bow. That's actually very useful later on. We will need to take the scenic route around, however. And now, to solve this puzzle, the easy way. Oh, almost. Not quite. Getting the angle right's a little tricky. Ah, okay. So, we can just try solving this a different way. If we can get it to go in there, now we've effectively solved the maze without solving the maze. And there we have it. And now the ball will fall into place, into its hole there. And we get in pretty easily. This guy looks pretty comfy compared to all the previous monks. Alright, so now we have 4 more spirit orbs that we will turn in shortly. How are those apples not in reach? I really want to know how that's not in reach. Okay. That was weird. Okay. So now, we're gonna head straight for the blue flame altar up here. so that we can get the Tech Lab all lit up. We're going to do it quickly because there's rain coming on the bottom right. You can see that. It's still a ways off. We should be able to easily get this up the mountain in time, but all the same, you never know when this game likes to suddenly just pour out rain on you. I meant to light that by throwing the torch at it, but game decided, nah. So I'll admit, yeah, I wish I had cooked a speed up food or something for this section, but honestly I just forgot. But we're still making good time. Minus the bad Talus fights that I will definitely cut from the YouTube edit of this. But if it hadn't been for those bad fights, we would be making good time. So, here we are at Tech Lab. Just gonna go through all this dialogue real quick. Pyrrha is an awesome character. She is a crazy mad scientist. I mean, just the ability to make herself younger. I mean, that should make her technically the most powerful person in Hyrule if you think about it, over time. But yeah, well, I say failed, but in some ways it was a success. Uh-huh. So anyway, we can now take pictures. And we get the camera feature unlocked. As well as the compendium. So we'll just appease her. And then finally, hopefully, this dialogue, so much of it, so long. Oh, whoops. Right. So we'll come back and talk to him in a bit. But for now, so we're gonna go ahead and drop this for now because we don't need it. We'll pick up another one later. All right, so next up on our list of things to do, we're gonna farm some land. Nah. Actually, we're going to climb this building to get the Korok seed that's at the top. And then from here, we are actually going to head for that shrine off in the distance. It is actually a very, very important shrine. And one that we're going to need a lot of stamina to get to. But it is well worth it, because within that shrine is the first major test of strength. That we can get access to, and so we're going to complete that shrine so we can get the really powerful weapons from within. We don't need the weapons right now, but we are going to need them later, so we're just going to go ahead and get this out of the way right here, right now. So, I'm going to go ahead and save and pause here, because this could be another brutal fight that I might have to do some editing for before I stick it up on YouTube. And also because I want to take a short break. So, I'm going to switch to intermission, and I will see you guys in just a bit. And we're back, ready to take on our first major test of strength. With our current weapons, this might be a little slow, but it shouldn't be too bad, and we'll get some really awesome weapons out of it. So, Alright, so after a potentially frozen stream there for a moment, we're back for another attempt. For those watching the YouTube edit, there will be a small cut. But I want to make sure none of my footage got lost. Somehow that counted as a dodge. So we're just going to be wearing this guy down with flurry rushes. Using up our weakest weapons first, where possible. That spear. No more running away. Let's actually use our ice arrows instead. And pull out the longsword here. That was really close. Every hit from him is a fairy, so we're gonna try not to get hit as much as possible. Hopefully this will be the slowest instance of this fight in the entire run, because of all of our low-tier weapons. Using elemental arrows, we can just kind of knock him out of his combos and stuff. And that is something I am happy to do. Slow and steady, being plenty patient is how we're going to win this. Oops. Gotta watch out for that spear. Always the worst. And why not? Almost there. To the hard part, that is. So now this is the hard part. So at this point, we're going to probably want to pull out a real weapon. And just keep running around him until finally he dies. Then we can pick up all of his really broken equipment. Get an ancient core. That will be extremely useful for upgrading stasis later. And we will claim our reward. That's one more part of the climbing set. How's it going, new viewer? All right. I wonder how often Twitch actually updates my viewers. Because, like, I see a lot of people who just, like, come in and then immediately leave. And I wonder, maybe it's because they came in, but then my thing didn't update, so I didn't greet them right away because I didn't know they were here? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. So... that triggered twice just now. Ah, that's why. Okay. Let's just start that over. There we go. And then we can just swim from here. Alright, so that's yet another Korok seed. Grab some fish while we're right here. And then we will head back to the Hateno Tech Lab. So I did say that I wasn't going to complete the entire compendium. However, I am still going to show off the trick for getting some free stuff for the compendium. Let's not walk around with a Korok leaf. Let's just drop that here. Let's just drop that in here. Keep our knight's broadsword. So, That's not what I hit. How do we get him to... How do we get him to initiate the thing where we can get the pictures for the compendium? Oh, that's what's up. Okay. That's right, we have to talk to Impa first. Ha, my bad. Well, let's go ahead and get that done. No, I don't think you have to upgrade. Like, you don't have to upgrade your runes before you get access to the compendium, where he gives you the free pictures. However, speaking of pictures, we don't need to worry about the bloopy this time. However, since we're right here... Oh, there was 2 of them. Let's go ahead and take a picture of the fairy fountain. That should probably do. Then we will talk to Impa here. Whoops. Alright, didn't mean to hit the button again. Alright. So, does that mean we can get... Yeah, we can. So, now we have the ability to get memories on our way. And now we're going to go ahead and follow this guy to complete the fairy fountain side quest. Well, it is actually a main quest, so, and I did say I was going to do all main quests, so we're going to do that. But also, I think we have to do this. I think, in order to unlock the shrine quest for Sheikah Village. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to do it, since taking a picture of the fairy fountains are really easy to do. So at some point, he gets tired right up here. There we go. Yeah, yeah, we all thought it would be more sacred and elegant. So then he'll tell us about nearby locations, wherever we encounter him. Pretty much at every stable in the game, or almost every stable, he'll be hanging around. But anyway, so now the game gives us a nice complete marker for finding a fairy fountain we already found. And now this should allow us to get that Sheikah Sensor Plus upgrade and talk to Simeon about the compendium. Then I can show off that trick real quick and be done with that. So, no, he's still on that dialogue. What am I doing wrong? Do I have to ask about these? Actually, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. You were right, Aurora. Ah, stupid. I do actually have to get more screws. I can't believe that. Ah, that's... Oh well. So... where to go from here? Well, first of all, we're going to drop by the town and get some more arrows. Before we do anything else. And it's over here, okay. Oh, whoops. Not quite enough. That's okay, we can fix that. Since we defeated that Talus earlier, we have plenty to sell. We're not going to need luminous stones, so we'll go ahead and sell those too. Come on, give me the prompt. Here we go. Alright, there we go. So now, this bow's about to break, but we can switch back to a regular bow. And since we need more screws, let's go ahead and make a quick detour over to another shrine. And while we're at it, we can get a core for the stasis rune. So there's one shrine right down here that's pretty easy access. And it happens to be a minor test of strength. If we need screws and cores, let's just get them right here. We'll just let the Hinox keep sleeping. And we should be able to get a couple screws out of this guy. There we go. Our knight's broadsword made quick work of that, of course. And we only got one. That's actually the first screw we've gotten. Oh my gosh. That's a little disappointing, but that's not too big of a problem, though. Because we didn't waste our time. We definitely needed that core. And this shrine. So, still not a waste of time to come here. All right. So another fast way to get some pretty much guaranteed screws. Although I hate having to do this, I can't believe we haven't gotten any screws. That's crazy. That was the first screw pickup? Well, we can just go over here and clean out one of the little turrets. That'll give us a screw. A bunch of screws, I would think. This is a little unfortunately out of our way, but shouldn't be too bad, right? Right? Well. Let's try that one more time. There we go. Oh my gosh, still no screws. Literally all the more expensive parts. Amazing. This must be the streamer's curse. There's a screw. There's another screw. We're not even gonna bother fighting you. Okay, so after that little misadventure, all for some screws too. Now we're finally back on track. And now we have the Sheikah Sensor Plus that we will pretty much never use. But it is an upgrade for our Sheikah Slate, so why not get it? No. I really wish this text would scroll faster. So, he's going to want us to take a picture of a sun shroom. And then he's going to want us to collect a few sun shrooms, so we're going to go ahead and just do that now. And also, collect a Korok seed along the way. So, there's a bunch of these sun shrooms growing right over here alongside some hardy radishes. So we'll just grab a few of those. And then grab ourselves this Korok seed right here. And then warp on back up to the top. Alright, So I'm gonna save here just in case I mess this up. So I think once he does that, we want to jump down and head to the store. And once we get there, we're going to sell 35 apples that we've been collecting this whole time. That is a very specific number. So we'll sell 35 apples. And then we will vanish right in front of his eyes and warp straight up to the tech lab again. I can only imagine we must have freaked this poor guy out. Just teleporting away. And now, normally, he would give you only one free picture here. However, the number of pictures he gives you is actually based, I believe, on the number of items you last sold of a certain type. So it should give us 35 pictures and completely fill up our, I forget which tab it's under. Materials. Yep, just like that. A picture. So, again, I did say I wasn't going to complete the compendium. That still stands. I don't plan to. However, if I wanted to, that would be a big step forward. It's a pretty simple little glitch or Easter egg that Nintendo simply hasn't bothered to patch. So I assume they don't mind if we use it, and it's not that hard to do, so have fun with that. But for now, I think we're gonna end the stream. So, we've made some big leaps forward today. Next time, we will start heading towards the Rito to get one of the most important upgrades in the game, Rivali's Gale. But for now, I believe that's gonna do it. So, thank you all for coming. If you enjoyed my content, feel free to join me on Twitch, where your vote can decide what we play next, or check out my past playthroughs and content on YouTube. Links are down below, and I'll see you guys next time.